Hi, Randy the Mobile Home Guy here again. We're going to be looking today at how to measure an outswinging mobile home door. We're going to be replacing this one today, but first we're going to look about how to measure it, okay? So sometimes there's a little bit of confusion on how to measure outswinging back doors. So a lot of times people will give us the outside measurement, they'll give us the just a general idea of the measurement, but what we really need is stud to stud, so frame of the house, not the frame of the door. Because if we come in here and we look at our measurement here, okay, if we look really close, that's going to be around 30 inches, okay? So let's look at that a little closer here. We'll try to zoom that in. And if we look at that, see, that tells us 30 inches. But really, on these doors, the frame of the house is right in here, okay? And this here trim covers a fake seal that they've put inside of this area here. So actually the frame of the house is right in here. So this makes a little bit more sense. So if this hole that we're measuring here inside of here is 30 inches, actually what we're trying to measure is move the tape measure on the other side to something like this, minus this little fake seal that they have in here, okay, makes this a 32-inch door. And we can do the same with the height if we were to move this up like this, okay, same thing. We're going to go from the floor, and we want to get the header measurement, okay? So the header measurement is something like here, okay? Because this is just fake wood that they've actually made to trim the inside of this area because they don't want to see the studs, okay? So really it's about to right here, okay? Nothing on the outside of the door because that really fools us a lot, okay? So we're going to go inside. If we want to pull this trim, that's the best way of doing it. Pull this trim off. We'll be able to see right here that this board is a fake board and the frame of the house is right here. So we're going to measure width on both sides about this far in on the trim, floor to about this side in on this trim, makes this a 3276. And then of course we're going to go outside, we're going to close the door, and then we're going to see what side the hinge is on. Okay, the hinge, not the doorknob. We're going to see that the hinges is on the right hand standing outside, making this a right hinge door, okay? Okay, so maybe with the door out now it's a little bit easier to see what we were talking about. So if you look, this is actually the stud of the home here. This is the siding, okay? We're from outside, okay? We're standing outside. And this is the frame of the home. And this is just the beautification trim once the door is installed. So the door is installed first, and then they finish this off. So this is the finishing piece, but it doesn't have anything to do with the frame of the door itself. This 2x4 here is what we're after, the measurement. So we can see that it's shimmed up, the beautification piece there is. And this is actually the stud measurement, okay? So this put on later. So what we need to see, let's see what the tape measure says. So if we're measuring from frame to frame, that's 31 3/4, which means that fits a 32-inch door. But if we were to say measure inside of this piece, okay, like this, we'd get a 30-inch measurement, okay? And this piece here, this beautification piece here, there's always different sizes. Sometimes they'll use a thin piece. We don't know. So without knowing, we need that stud measurement, okay? And the same thing goes from the bottom here. See, they have tile. We went on the floor, the subfloor basically, okay? Floor. And then all the way up to the top piece there, okay? That's what we really need. And of course, again, we talked about it. The best way of doing that, we can see now, taking this trim piece off will tell us how thin this board is. And is our stud back here? Is it back here? Is it right here? Okay, so that'll tell us where we need to measure on that particular board, okay? Okay, another important factor to note that on doors, they're going to come in 2-inch increments, okay? So if we're right here and this is our stud to stud measurement, we can see, you know what, it's not exactly 32, it's a little under 31. Well, the doors are about 3/8 inch smaller than the even measurement. So the actual door itself is going to be 31 and 5/8, something like that most of the time. Okay, so the actual call size for the door, or when you call for the size of the door to order it, it's either going to be 32, 34, 36, so an even measurement. So we can see that this door is obviously, this door opening here, stud to stud here, is actually a 32-inch opening. It couldn't possibly be a 34-inch opening, okay? So that's kind of a little bit of a misnomer there about, you know, it's not going to be 31, it's not going to be 33, it's either 32 or 34 or 36, okay?